2019. Thanks for tuning in. And to all my new subscribers, hello. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. I really hope that you all are enjoying the content that I am putting out. So today's video is going to be flight attendant tips. So I have gathered some tips from my personal experience coming from a newly hired flight attendant, and I just wanted to pass this along to everyone else who is aspiring to be a flight attendant, who is already a flight attendant, who's a newly hired flight attendant. Maybe you've heard these tips, maybe you haven't, so I'm just going to give you all the knowledge that I have acquired on this journey so far, and I'm just going to pass it along to you all, helping each other out. That's what we're here for. So I have 5 tips, and the first one, before I start, I got my notebook, y'all. So if you see me looking down, best believe I'm referring back to my notes. So the first tip that we are going to be talking about is staying hydrated. You all, staying hydrated is very, very essential, especially when you are flying. I have noticed that I get tired really easily, and with all of the altitude changes, being in the air, coming back on land, back and forth, all of that, I realize that I get very tired and I need something to drink. I realize that when I'm doing all of that energy exertion, I realize that I do need a lot more water. So what I have been doing is making sure that I pack a lot of water with me, whether it's my water bottle or just little bottles of water that I've gotten from the store. I go ahead and I pack enough for my trip. Also, with staying hydrated, if you like to, let's say, flavor up your water, if you don't really like the taste of water, go ahead and flavor it up. I plan on getting some Crystal Light packs, the lemonade flavor, or if you have any other flavors that enhance the water, go ahead and get that. As long as you stay hydrated, just make sure that you keep your hydration levels up to par, because flying, it really dehydrates you, and I did not know that until I actually started. So in order to keep me alert and to keep me fresh, we're going to have to keep hydrated. My second tip, that is going to be packing healthy meals. Whether meal prepping works for you or going to the grocery store to get your meals at the last minute, whatever works for you, works for you. Best believe, I am a mix of meal prepping and getting my groceries at the last minute. But it all works out in the end. Some healthy food ideas: you can have chicken breasts, you can have some asparagus, green beans, you can have your apples, kiwis, strawberries, have your water, have some protein bars, anything that you know that you like to eat. Sometimes people get healthy eating mixed up with bland eating. No, don't keep it boring. No, don't have it boring. If you like your spices, go ahead and spice it up. Make sure when you prep your food, make sure that it is to your liking, so that way you can actually enjoy eating your food instead of eating it just because you have to and it feels like a task. No, enjoy eating your food, spice it up, add your flavors to it, and at the same time, you're gonna be healthy while enjoying your food. So always meal prep. I try to meal prep before my trip, so that way I know how many days I have to pack, as far as just how much food I have to pack for the certain days. So let's say if I have a 2-day trip, I'll go ahead and pack enough food for 2 days along with the snacks. So always try to plan ahead. If going to the grocery store in the last minute works for you, because that's how your mind works, hey, whatever works for you, do that. As long as you have healthy meals, go ahead and do that. Also, when you're in the airport, I've noticed this as well, there are some healthy options in the airport. You just have to search for them. Yes, they are costly, which is why I do my very best to pack some meals, so that way I won't be spending all of my money in the airport. But if you do want to buy some stuff from the airport, go ahead and look to see the healthy food options that they have. Some of them have some real good sandwiches. Other ones, if you like snacking on peanuts in between flights, they have some there, cashews, whichever the case may be. Always make sure that you look for those as well. My third tip is to exercise. Now, we're going to do a slight plug here. My fitness business, Be More Fit, is a fitness business that you should be taking advantage of. I post all my workouts on my Instagram, which is @BeMoreFit. with 2 underscores. My handle is going to be in the description box below, so you can always keep up with the workouts and the different workout tips and advice that I put out on there. Whether you are in your hotel room or you just want to utilize the hotel fitness center that they have, make sure that you exercise. With this job, a lot of energy is expended. We lift lots of things as far as just the ice bags, all the moving up and down when we have to get our beverage cart ready, get our food cart ready, as well as just assisting passengers with lifting their bags if need be, all of that stuff. We're doing a lot of movement and we're doing a lot of energy expending. So with that, it's real easy for you to just go to the hotel room, crash, and go to sleep. Trust me, I have been so tempted to do that on some trips, but you all, exercising is essential. Whether you like lifting weights or just taking a walk in the park or exercising in the park, that's all exercise and workouts. It doesn't have to be strictly weights. It doesn't have to be strictly cardio. Mix it up. 30 minutes a day, you'll be straight. Go ahead and utilize that gym in the hotel. Go ahead and do some workouts in your hotel room if you're not comfortable going to the hotel fitness center. Go ahead and do that. When you keep your body balanced as far as just exercise and making sure that you are healthy and fit for the job, you are going to be performing at your best level. Make sure that you exercise when you're at work, as far as on your overnights. Make sure that when you're on your days off, make sure that you exercise as well. Make sure you keep that going so that way you are always ready for work, you're always fit for work, and that way you won't feel as sluggish. You'll feel ready to attack the day. My 4th tip is to get some fresh air. You all, I have experienced the joys of just going to the park, just walking around and just letting the sun hit me, letting the air hit my face. It feels great. You all, on your overnights or on your days off, make sure that you go outside and get some fresh air. We have been seeing planes all throughout these trips. We've been flying on them. We've been seeing the airports. Once we get to that hotel room, it's very tempting again to just crash and go to sleep. Do yourself a favor, do your body a favor, and go and get some fresh air. Go see some sunshine. Go explore the city that you're overnighting at if the time allows it. Go ahead and walk around. Sometimes I walk around the hotel as far as just inside the hotel, just so I can get a different scenery. And another thing, I know where I'm at as well, just to be familiar with the area and just to look at different things that the hotel has to offer. I like to walk around because I like to walk around. It's my way of decompressing, and it makes me feel good when I am done working for that day. So go ahead, do yourself a favor. Go ahead and go to the park, go outside, get some fresh air, walk around the hotel, do what you have to do in order to decompress, and just do your body a favor. And my 5th and final tip is to get adequate rest. Now, I know that this is very, very difficult. Again, as a newly hired flight attendant, rest, what is that? What is that? You all, I'm telling you, when I am done with the trip and I come back home, once I hit that door, it's just like everything just comes crashing down. It's like I didn't realize I was that tired. I did not know that I had all of this energy that I released at work. I didn't realize that until I actually stepped in my room, and I'm just like, man, I'm really tired. So what I do is try to set a schedule so that way I know when to go to sleep, and that way I know it's time for my body to wind down. I actually have an alarm set on my phone, which is a bedtime reminder or a wind down reminder. It lets me know that wind down is starting soon. Go ahead, do what else you have to do before it's time to wind down, so you can let your brain rest, let your body rest, decompress. Also, if you do night routines, I also have a night routine video that I do that helps me decompress before I go to bed. Go ahead and put some night routine tasks into practice, so that way your body can get accustomed to knowing, okay, we're done working, I'm done being on the phone, it's time to go ahead and relax, it's time to shut down for the night so I can relax and be ready for the next day. Look, especially with being a flight attendant, again, as a newly hired flight attendant, rest is essential, especially if you have early show times, if you have late show times, whatever the case may be, you always have to be ready because you basically live on the fly. No pun intended. No pun intended, that just rolled off. But you basically, your schedule is on the fly. You are living spontaneously. That's just how the career goes. That's just what it calls for. So I know it's difficult to get adequate rest, to go to bed at a certain time on the dot, just because of the nature of the job. But I always do my best to make sure that I get enough rest so that way I have enough energy to make sure that I perform for the next day. And that's all the tips that I have for you guys. I really hope that this helped you all out. It gave you some insight as well as to see if you want to try some new things when you're on your layovers, when you're on your overnights, so that way you can try and get a routine going, as well as to see how you can better prepare yourself for your next flight attendant trips as well. And also, some of these tips, you don't even have to be a flight attendant. You can, whether you're working at a fast food joint, if you're working at a restaurant, you own your own business, you have, let's say you're a teacher, whatever the nature of your job calls for, you can put some of these tips into practice as well. Packing healthy meals, making sure that you have time to spend for yourself. Make sure you implement self-care as well. Self-care is essential. Make sure that you do that as well. Packing healthy meals, getting adequate rest, making sure that you're decompressing like you need to, treating yourself so that way you can make sure that you're staying happy, your body is staying happy, and that way you can go and attack the next day like you need to and do what you have to do. Thank you all so much again for joining me for Vlogtober Day 19. Again, I really hope that these tips have been beneficial to you, and hopefully you'll implement some of them in your next routine, in your next trip, on the job, and in your daily life overall. I am going to be catching you all later on, but until that time, peace